Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Tripti, and I welcome you to today's Expert Chat Show. I'm thrilled to have you join us for what promises to be an insightful and engaging discussion on early years education, a topic of utmost importance in our educational landscape, especially with the recent implementation of the National Education Policy 2020 in India. Our special guest for today is a distinguished leader in education. We are honored to have Dr. Shashikala Wanjari with us. Dr. Wanjari, the Vice Chancellor at the National Institute of Educational Planning and Administration in New Delhi, has been a pivotal part of the team that worked on the National Curriculum Framework to implement the National Education Policy 2020. With over 3 decades of experience in academia, Dr. Wanjari has made significant contribution to the field of education, particularly in early childhood education, curriculum development, and educational policy planning. Her dedication and expertise have been instrumental in shaping the educational landscape of our country. Today, we will explore various aspects of early years education, including its significance, challenges, and the way forward in NEP 2020. We understand that these challenges are not insignificant, and we value your insight on how to overcome them. Dr. Wanjari, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hello. Hello, Tripti.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, I extend warm and inclusive welcome to all audience who have joined this online chat. And I'm very much thankful to Dr. Tripti and entire team from Cambridge. So I'm ready to address your questions, whatever you have in your mind.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. So
rather it's my privilege to be with you and share my ideas, views on early childhood education with you all. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. So, Dr. Wanjari, you were part of the team that helped draft the National Curriculum Framework to implement the NEP 2020. Could you share the key highlights of the NEP that will significantly impact early childhood education?
Yeah. Dr. Tripti and all dear who are in this interactive chat, first I would like to highlight that the concept of education in terms of Indian thought. So the Indian vision of education is totally different. It has been very broad and deep. Education which fosters both internal and external development as well. Learning about the external world should be in consonance with inner world. That is the idea of education. And you will get to know that this policy, first time it has been happened or it has been highlighted that this inner development of the child since his early childhood education is very important. So all the chapters made in the policy relating to school education, of course, it begins with early childhood education is very important. And the second point is whatever I spoke about the internal world and external world, it is highlighted in terms of Panchakosh Vikas in National Curriculum Framework for foundational stage. And second point is very important. First time it has happened that this early childhood education, which was isolated since long, it has been brought in the main frame of education and particularly in school education.
Yes, ma'am. That's a significant and it's early years as the bedrock of a child development. So, ma'am, how do you think the NEP 2020 will change the role of teachers, particularly those working in early childhood education?
Definitely, because see, it was isolated from the school education earlier. Now, this policy focuses on early childhood education, especially foundational literacy and numeracy. So, the role of teacher has gained importance in disseminating the knowledge or whatever the efforts they will take in the foundational stage. So they have been brought in the mainstream. So they will get the status because they will realize that, yes, our role is in foundation stage is very important. And we know that teachers truly shape the nation or the future of the children, realizing the national goals of education. And therefore, the future of the child as well as future of the teacher is considering here, and which is very important. The next point is only the very best and most learned people or persons will become the teachers. You may be knowing, aligning with all these 4 stages which are highlighted in the policy, is being incorporated in their teachers training program. So earlier it was not like that. Only the B.Ed program was for school teachers. But now the recommendations of the policy itself says that teacher or teacher training program should be aligned with all the 4 stages which are highlighted in the policy. Therefore, they will get the spirit, they will get the knowledge how to teach the child from early stage, from 3 years to 14, year 14s. So definitely teacher will gain the spirit, and giving or contributing something for the children is, you know very well, it's very amazing, because the person with passion, they will come in the profession of teaching. So it is very important to think about the teacher, and I am very much thankful you highlighted this point. Transacting a play-based, developmentally appropriate curriculum, keeping curriculum goals in mind, competencies and learning outcomes in mind, definitely they will grow while entering into this foundational stage.
Yes, ma'am. And it sounds like teachers will need significant professional development to meet these new demands also.
Yeah.
Yes. So my next question to you is, like, in your experience, how can early childhood education program best support cognitive development in young children?
See, there is no separation as such, because these childs are very small. I would like to share one soft copy of the book, and you will get to know that how it happens. See this book. Is it visible to all?
Well, ma'am, no, it's still in the process, ma'am.
Okay. Is it okay now? Is it visible?
Yeah.
Ha. Now see,
yes.
one rhyme, or you can say that song, Chanda Mama Dur Ke. चंदा मामा दूर के पुए पकाए बूर के आप खाए थाली में मुन्ने को दे प्याली में प्याली गई टूट मुन्ना गया रूट लाइए नए प्यालिया बजा बजा के तालियां मुन्ने को मनाएंगे हम दूध मलाई खाएंगे। आप इसमें देखोगे तो देखिए टीचर के लिए भी अभी इसमें से हमको फाउंडेशनल वी हैव टू मेक देम we have to acquaint them with foundational literacy and numeracy. Now, see, in this particular sport song, they will learn the names, means akshar, alphabets, nana, nani, mama, mami, dada, dadi, ma. This is nothing but what? It is related to cognitive development. Then they will learn दो बच्चे अपने स्कूल का रास्ता भूल गए हैं, स्कूल तक पहुंचने में उनकी सहायता कीजिए. दिस इज द पजल गिवन टू देम, so they will understand what are two means what. So numeracy they will learn. This is related to cognitive development of the child. So in this way lessons are prepared, and it is very amazing. Now here see, अपने अपने घर में कहाँ कहाँ छिप सकते हैं, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, यानी 4 तक अर्ली स्टेज में क्लास 1 and class 2. We are confined to only class 1 and class 2 in foundational stage, because when child enters in the pre-primary Balvatika, his age is to be considered as 3 years, and 3 to 6 he will learn or he will enjoy by playway method. But when he enters in the class 1, grade 1, he has to learn all these things. foundational literacy and numeracy. So by
Yes.
the time they will learn 1, 2, 3, 4, this is nothing but cognitive.
Yes. So it is clear that cognitive development is more than just academics.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
creating an environment where children can learn through play and discovery.
Yeah.
That's very nice, ma'am. Ma'am, as analytical thinking gains importance in today's world, could you share some ways teachers can cultivate these skill
Yes.
among young learners?
Yeah. Madam, see, the teacher can ask questions. How does water get polluted? How can we get pollution out of water? Teacher make children do experiment on measurement. Example, how many glasses of water need to fill one large plastic jar or bottle? So these questions would help them to understand or to analyze the situation. Because here, see, the kids are very small. So definitely difficulty level should be at 0. Rather, I would say that it should not be very difficult, because considering the age, considering the experiences provided to them, it is very important to just make them aware. 2 glass are there, how the shape is different. One is bigger, another one is very small. So analytical skill will get inculcated in them.
Correct, ma'am. So encouraging children to think critically and analyze situations from
Yeah.
a young age will undoubtedly prepare them for the complexities of the future.
Yeah.
Ma'am, could you please provide some insights into the most effective strategies for cultivating 21st century social skills in young learners?
Yeah. Madam, if we wish to define the communication skill or 21st century skill in young learners, it is nothing but what? It is nothing but soft skill. There are a number of skills, at least we can, I would like to count critical thinking, communication skill, creativity, problem solving, perseverance, collaboration. Now see, we will take the example of collaboration. When I ask them to play a game, so or share the toy, so definitely that collaboration skill will get into them, because there is nothing hard to teach, because teaching is not expected. Only by playing or by doing some experiment or asking them to enjoy the toy or enjoy the situation, they will definitely develop that skill. They will ask, forming the pairs in the class, Meena and Sita, both of them will be allowed to work on particular drawings. So she will paint the leaves and the other one will paint the flowers. So in this way, these skills definitely we would like to develop in the personality of the child. They are very small kids. So in this way, by experiential learning, definitely we could try.
Correct, ma'am. So these social skills are very crucial for academic success in life. And it's lovely that early years education places such a strong emphasis on them.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. How important is integrating cognitive and social emotional development in early childhood education, ma'am?
Madam, there is no hard separation between cognitive and socio-emotional development. As I cited the example of providing them 2 glass or making pairs in the class, I ask them, or teacher will ask them to color the or to fill the color in the blank design or some picture like animal or human being or birds, and they will sit together and they will share the pictures with their friends or peers. Now at the same time, see what color they are using. It is related to cognitive development. And when they talk, yes, Meena, you feel the leaves or you color the leaves, and I will do the flowers. I will feel the color in flower. So coloring the plant or coloring the flower, it is nothing but emotional skills, or you can say that aspect of emotional development. Even sometimes they will ask, tomorrow we'll play, teacher will give some instructions, tomorrow you bring toys from your home. So different childs will bring toys. Someone or some may have the toys of cloths. Someone may have the electrical toys. So socio-economic or socio-emotional balance, definitely on the basis of these examples, these illustrations, teacher will try to keep the balance between these two. There are a number of examples, madam.
Yeah, and it's very, very fascinating that how these aspects of development support each other. And of course, you have highlighted the importance of the holistic approach. So that will definitely help. So my next question is, ma'am, that
in the same question, in that if differences are there, they will learn to manage it also.
Yes, yes.
And that results into their socio-emotional development. In EC, particularly EC program, children learn about their world by caring for life, forms of examples, form of plants, then animals. They will love the birds. So in this way, both the things we can mix together. There is no separate separation, hard separation. So they, at the same time, we have to take care of their enjoyment. And at the same time, we have to take care of their learning outcomes also.
Correct, correct. So yeah, play-based method is the best way to make them learn the lessons of life, basically. So my next question is, ma'am, that how can early childhood educators assess cognitive and social emotional skill development effectively?
Madam, it's very difficult to assess, because again, what repeatedly I am saying that they are small kids. So as a teacher educator, I would suggest that we should have holistic card, assessment card. So definitely they will observe, they will notice what changes being brought in their development, and teacher will just have the checklist in the form of holistic card, and they will tick, yes, this particular child is smiling, this child is cooperating, this child is able to learn 1 2 3 4, this girl is able to count the glasses. So in this way, after having some concrete observation, teacher has to mark only. Or in other way, we can say that they will have checklist, they will have a holistic card, holistic assessment card, because the entire objective of this early childhood education is to develop them holistically. So instead of all-round development, we have changed that terminology, and we are saying that holistic development is very important. So mind, body, mind, and soul, we have to develop these three domains. Body, yes, definitely. It is related to their nutrition. And the mind, yes, because this brain development is very prominent in up to the age of 8. And therefore, this early childhood education has the main focus. And policy says that brain development happens in a rapid way till age 8. So it is very important to notice, it is very important to observe the changes take place in their mind, in relation to their body, and definitely soul. Defining soul is very difficult, because these kids are very small, but you will be happy to know that we have introduced Panchakosh Vikas, and that is amazing, because from Annamay Kosh to last is Anandamay Kosh. So child is being cared by keeping in mind that all the domains should get particular place in the process of this early childhood education.
Correct, ma'am. Correct. So my next question to you, ma'am, that how can early childhood education program help bridge the gap between home and school learning environments?
Yeah. See, there is no doubt at all. Home is home. Learning starts from his or her home. So therefore, we cannot ignore whatever the experiences he takes from home, especially, we always say that the mother is the first teacher. So whatever he gets in the home and when he enter into the early childhood education after the age of 3. So there should be very important bridge. Whatever or whosoever they are in early childhood education, they have to keep in mind the learning experiences around that child in home. When he enters in the school, we have to have some connect with his family and school or balvatika or early childhood education, because again, I should be very careful while using the words, not school, but rather we can say that early childhood home or early childhood care center. So in this way, teacher has to nurture that particular thing which is very familiar to his or her home. So definitely he or she will integrate all these things into the early childhood stage.
Correct.
And even NEP emphasizing experiential learning, which helps in integrating life skills in ECE.
Yes,
because he learn with his mother or peers at home. We expect that he is not blank, he or she is not blank. When he enters in the balvatika or pre-primary school, definitely he should or she should have something, some related experiences from home. So
correct.
we have to integrate the because you know that bottom up approach is there. So we have accepted that from foundational stage onwards, we have to think about the chronology of experiences. So definitely, teacher has to integrate life skill into early years education.
Correct. So, ma'am, how does NEP 2020 aim to integrate life skills into early years education?
Madam, the answer of this question, definitely if you go through the NCF and the textbook, you will find n number of amazing things, like making balls of we can say that the balls of papers, then playing with mud, playing with some we can say that the material which is very easily available at their home. So definitely these experiences or these illustrations or the playing with all these things definitely help to integrate life skills into early years education. Then speaking, more emphasis is given on mother tongue. The very important skills which are required or which are highlighted in the policy. The child, whatever he learns from his mother, of course in mother tongue, here also we have to take care of all these skills, reading skills, speaking skill, counting skill, then collaborating skills. These are different skills, making toys, coloring the pictures, collecting different images. These are small illustrations or the demonstrations will help them to integrate the life skills into early years education.
Right, ma'am. So, ma'am, can you discuss the role of nutrition and health in early years education? Just now you were talking about body, mind, and soul.
Definitely, because it is very important. 5 years of the child is very important, because see, whatever they are getting nutrition from the home. So when they enter in the early childhood center, we have to definitely take care of their nutrition, because if we forget to provide them nutrition, then definitely this will give the reverse effect in relation to their brain development, because up to age 8 we have to take care of nutrition, because the growth of brain takes place up to 8 years in a very fast mode. So child should be very healthy and he should get nutritious diet. He will be regular in school with 100% attendance. So definitely at the early stage, teacher or the school management, they have to take care of their nutrition. All kinds of diseases can be effectively prevented by taking care of balanced diet. And they grow in height and gains weight at a regular pace. So definitely, in my opinion, parents should set good examples so that children have a very healthy attitude towards food and nutrition. Because this stage is totally different. So teacher whosoever, they are engaged in early childhood education, they should know the little bit of nutrition or their nutrition, their food, their diet, and even food habits. So we have to focus this point at early stage. Because you know very well what is happening to the outside fast food, and these children are very crazy to eat pizza and burger. So we have to avoid all these bad habits.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, what strategies can be employed to ensure that early childhood education is inclusive and caters to the diverse need of all the learners?
Yeah. See, inclusive is a very difficult term, because at higher stage it is very easy to integrate in the content of the curriculum, but at this stage it is difficult to introduce or to take care of inclusion. But still, if you go through the books which have been published by NCERT grade 1 grade 2, you will find that whatever the pictures they have shown already, what I have shown you earlier, you will find that inclusion. Like, for example, dressing sense, then customs, then environment, then the skin tone. So by having the children of different groups at the first stage, they will understand एक चेन्नई का बच्चा है वो भी हमारे साथ खेल सकता है, दिल्ली की लड़की भी हमारे साथ चोटियां डाल के आ सकती है, पंजाब का बच्चा जो है तो डेफिनेटली he will make his presence in a different way, फेटा लगाएगा या पगड़ी बांधेगा. तो in this way inclusion starts from this early stage, but in a little bit we can say that way. Not because when we compare school education with early childhood education, then clear cut demarcation is there, but here the kids are very small, so we have to introduce the concept that we have mixed group of children. So that definitely give the sense of inclusion.
Yes, so we have our audience also asking the questions. So we will take the questions towards the end. So definitely, ma'am, inclusivity should indeed be a cornerstone of early childhood education and ensuring that every child has the opportunity to succeed. Ma'am, my next question, that is, can you discuss the role of being like when we talk about, you have said that nutrition and health. So I have a question that, how to inculcate a good time policy that, that the junk food, the children, one question the viewer is asking that we already give them healthy and unhealthy food, but how to inculcate this, that healthy versus junk food at early childhood, how to give them this idea that this is junk food and this is healthy.
Dr. Tripti, my frank and honest opinion, I would like to share with parents. They should have these habits at their home. They have to avoid all these practices. If they are enough capable to provide all the facility to their kids, it is okay. But up to a certain age, they have to inculcate the habit. And this habit formation, it doesn't happen suddenly, because when they cry for anything, parents have to stop that. We can say that they can make them understand their kids. This is to be avoided because this is not good for health. Everyone is expecting from the teacher, and it's very difficult to stop them from this junk food at early stage or in a later stage also. It is very difficult for teacher. We need to have cooperation from our parent community. They should know what will happen to their child in a longer period. Because see, we are watching the TV and news. What is happening to the living beings? Even these nothing is in original quality we are getting in the market. So they have to restrict their children at this stage. And definitely in the later period or later time, they will form the habit. My frank opinion is I would request all the parents, please be cooperate. Keep the spirit of being Bharatiya, because our food habits are good. Our food is good. We have so many things in our family, all the festivals and many dishes we are preparing at home. So be careful about this nutrition of the child or their children. Okay. It is very important to focus this point, because I appeal, my humble appeal to all parents, please be careful about the nutrition of your kids.
Correct.
Children, because they are a very innocent, Tripti. They are very innocent. They can demand anything, but we have to stop at what time we have to give them or not. We should have that sense. We should have that thought in mind, because nutrition is very important.
Correct. Ma'am, what is your vision for the future of early years education in India?
Actually, see, because I am working in higher education domain also, so people are very crazy. They want to be themselves in higher education only, but it is not like that. See, this is the foundation. Early childhood education is a foundation of the entire career of the child, and it is very important. So from teachers' perspective, what I would say that, see, all teachers needs to be trained before they join early childhood education center. They should get the sophisticated training, standard training. They should know the methodology. I think you asked that day the phonics. So phonics is what? The different methods of reading and writing. So they should get well acquainted with the pedagogy of the teaching in the early childhood education, and career is there. Who said that कि प्राइमरी प्री प्राइमरी के बच्चों को पढ़ाने के बाद हमारे पास कुछ भी नहीं रहेगा? Who said? ऐसा तो नहीं है. And all universities need to start think about diploma in ECE program, because the days have gone. ECE has got very significant importance and place in education, and the future of children's educational foundation will be strong. Countrywide implementation of national curriculum framework involving all stakeholders to come together and think about the child, because child is at the center. So we have to think about his foundational development. Only by sending children in the school, our responsibility will not get over. From parent, from teacher, from stakeholders, community, media, everyone has to be aligned, or everyone has to be there to take care of the children.
Yes.
And this is well spoken in the policy also. NCR, if you see the NCR, everything is highlighted in National Curriculum Framework for Foundational Stage. Where to take the child? Already in the beginning, what I said, the inner development, external development, in consonance with inner development is very important. बच्चा बहुत इंग्लिश बोलने लगा, बहुत अच्छा वक्तव्य करने लगा, तो हमें लगता है पेरेंट को he is very smart, he knows very well English, how to speak, he knows manners, but what is going inside? बच्चे देखिए इतने सारे प्रॉब्लम्स है, छोटे बच्चों को भी बहुत बुरी आदतें. तो where to stop? We should have some remote in our hand, parents and teachers, both are very important, playing very important role in imparting early childhood education. So they are very responsible citizens. Ultimately, they are the citizens of Bharat. So they have to understand where to take our child, where to take our generation, and they should be prepared for the future.
Correct. Well said. So as we come to the very close to today's insightful session, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to Dr. Shashikala Wanjari for joining us. And having you with us has truly been an honor, ma'am. And your deep insight into early years education and the NEP 2020 have enlightened us and provided a clearer perspective on these vital topics.
Thank you, Dr. Tripti, and thanks to all the viewers who have joined this virtual chat. Thank you. Thanks to Cambridge team. Thank you.
Yes, so thank you, ma'am.